Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Rahima binti Rahman and my partner is Nurliana Nabila binti Zainuri. In this video presentation, I will present our research proposal titled A Study on Cognitive, Affective and Cognitive Destination Image on Environmentally Responsible Behavior at Sky Mirror, Kuala, Selangor. This research examines how tourist perceptions influence their environmentally responsible behavior. Let's talk about our study setting first. Sky Mirror or Cermin Langit in Malay is a tidal mud flat located about 5 km off the coast of Kuala, Selangor. It is only accessible during low tide and it's become famous because the wet surface reflects the sky like a mirror, which is why it's got its name. Around this area, there are also 5 fly colonies along the Bernam River, plus mangrove and other biodiversity. So this place is not just beautiful, it is also ecologically important. However, because it is a tidal and sensitive environment, it can easily get damaged if tourism activities are not managed properly or if there is pollution from visitors. This is why we feel it is important to study this location. First is current trends. Coastal tourism is becoming more popular and more tourists are visiting natural destinations every year. However, increasing visitor number also create environmental problems such as littering, erosions, and damage to natural ecosystem. Although many tourists are now more aware of environmental issue, awareness alone does not always lead to responsible behavior. Researchers have suggested that destination image, which include cognitive, affective, and cognitive components, may influence how visitors behave toward the environments. This study aimed to examine this relationship at Sky Mirror. There are 2 main research problems in this study. First, irresponsible visitor behavior such as littering, disturbing vegetation, and vandalism threaten the sustainability of coastal tourism destinations like Sky Mirror. Second, government rules and regulation alone are not enough to encourage long-term environmentally responsible behavior. Visitors may follow the rules during their visit, but lasting behavioral change depends on other factors. Therefore, it is important to understand what influences visitors to behave responsibly. Now, based on what we just discussed, we found 2 research gaps. First, most previous studies do not combine all 3 parts of destination image, which are cognitive, affective, and cognitive, together with environmentally responsible behavior in one single study. They usually look at 1 or 2 parts. Second, and this is very important, there is currently no published study that looks specifically at destination image or environmentally responsible behavior at Sky Mirror. Even though Sky Mirror is becoming more and more popular and it is an ecologically sensitive site, nobody has really studied it from this angle before, so this is where our study comes in to fill this gap. This study has 2 research objectives. The first objective is to understand the cognitive, affective and cognitive destination image and environmentally responsible behavior at Sky Mirror, Kuala, Selangor. The second objective is to investigate the relationship between cognitive, affective and cognitive destination image and environmentally responsible behavior at Sky Mirror, Kuala, Selangor. Based on this objective, 2 research questions are developed to investigate the level of this variable and the relationship between them. Next, to achieve this objective, we developed 2 research questions. The first question is, what are the level of cognitive, affective and cognitive destination image and environmentally responsible behavior among visitors at Sky Mirror? The second question is, what is the relationship between cognitive, affective and cognitive destination image and environmentally responsible behavior among visitors at Sky Mirror? Next, this is a research framework show that relationship between the variable in this study. The independent variable are cognitive image and affective image. These variables are expected to influence cognitive image, which represent visitor behavioral intentions. Finally, cognitive image is expected to influence environmentally responsible behavior, which is the dependent variable in this study. This study consists of 4 variables. The first is cognitive image, which refers to visitor knowledge and belief about Sky Mirror. The second is affective image, which refers to visitor emotion and feeling, such as appreciations and enjoyment of the destination. The third is a cognitive image, which represents visitor intention and willingness to act. Finally, the dependent variable is environmentally responsible behavior, which refer to action that help protect and preserve the natural environment. Based on previous studies, two hypotheses are proposed. Hypothesis 1 states that cognitive image has a significant positive influence on cognitive image. This means visitors who understand the ecological importance of sky mirror are more likely to develop positive behavioral intentions. Hypothesis 2 states that affective image also has a significant positive influence on cognitive image. Visitors who feel emotionally connected to sky mirror are expected to show stronger intention to protect the destination. The final hypothesis proposed that cognitive image has a significant positive influence on environmentally responsible behavior. This means that when visitors have stronger behavioral intention, they are more likely to perform responsible actions, such as avoiding littering, respecting nature, and helping to protect the
Our study focused on Sky Mirror in Kuala Selangor, a popular tidal mud-flat tourism destination. The respondents are domestic and international visitors aged 18 and above who has personal experience in Sky Mirror. This research used a cross-sectional approach where data is collected at one point in during the fieldwork period. This study is related to tourism management, environmental psychology, and destination marketing, with a focus on visitor. This study contributes to theoretical understanding of sustainability tourism by examining the relationship between destination image and environmentally responsible behavior. It expands existing tourism literature by providing empirical evidence on how destination image is influencing tourist environmental conduct. In addition, this finding offers a useful framework for future research to explore sustainable tourism and environmental behavior in other destinations and contexts. This study is important because it provides evidence-based insight for destination managers to improve environmental interpretation, storytelling, and conservation message. It also supports Malaysia National Tourism Policy 2020 to 2030 by showing that destination image can influence environmentally responsible behavior. Ultimately, the finding can help DMOs, operators, and the Kuala Selangor community protect the nature resource that support the local tourism economy.
This slide explains our research methodology. First, we use a quantitative cross-sectional survey like Likert scale question through Google Form to collect the data. Next, our study was conducted at Sky Mirror, also known as Cermin Langit, located about 5 km off the coast of Kuala Selangor. Finally, our study population include both local and international visitors aged 18 and above who has experienced Sky Mirror during the data collection period. This method helped us to collect reliable data for our research.
These are the inclusion criteria for our study. First, respondent must be 18 years old or above. Second, they must have visited Sky Mirror Kuala Selangor within the past 6 months, either was tourist or day visitor. Lastly, participant is completely volunteer and the respondent must fully understand the purpose of the study before taking part. These criteria help assure that our data is relevant, reliable, and ethical collected. These are the inclusion criteria for our study. First, respondent must be 18 years old or above. Second, they must have visited Sky Mirror Kuala Selangor within the past 6 months, either was tourist or day visitor. Lastly, participant is completely volunteer and the respondent must fully understand the purpose of the study before taking part. These criteria help assure that our data is relevant, reliable, and ethical collected.
This slide explains the data analysis method used in our study. First, we use descriptive analysis to summarize the respondent demographic information as well as the mean and standard deviation of each variable. Next, we conduct preliminary diagnosis including reliability, normality, and multicollinearity. tests to assure the data was suitable for analysis. Then, present correlation analysis was used to examine the relationship between the variables. Finally, multi-regression analysis was conducted using IMB SPSS version 26 to test our research hypothesis and determine how the variable influenced environmental responsibility behavior. Next is our expected findings for each construct. We expected the cognitive image to be at moderated to high level because most visitors already know about Sky Mirror before visiting. The effect image is expected to have the highest level as the unique severity is likely to create a strong positive emotion. The cognitive image is also expected to be moderated to high, showing that visitors have the intention to revisit or recommend Sky Mirror. Lastly, environmentally responsible behavior or ERB is expected to be at the moderated level as positive attitude don't always lead to environmentally friendly. This study has three main theoretical implications. First is demonstrate cross-contextual validity by extending the tripartite destination image model for Pakistan to a Malaysian tidal ecotourism setting. Second is integrate two frameworks by combining the destination image model with the theory of planet behavior, where cognitive image acts as the link between perception and behavior intention. Finally, the finding contribute to the perception behavior gap lecturer by explaining why visitor with a positive destination image may still show a moderated environmentally responsible behavior. This study also provides three practical implications. First, tour operators should provide targeted environmental briefings before visit to improve visitor understanding of conservation. Second, they should leverage emotional appeal to storytelling and conservation activity to strengthen visitor commitment to protecting the environment. Finally, behavioral commitment tools such as pledge card or digital commitments can help turn visitor positive intention into responsible environment action during their visit. In conclusion, this study addressed an important research gap as no previous study has examined destination image and environmentally responsible behavior at Sky Mirror Kuala Selangor. By integrating the tripartite destination image model with the theory of planet behavior, this study provides a stronger understanding of how visitor perception will influence their environmental behavior. The finding will offer a valuable guidance for destination manager, tour operators, and policymakers to promote sustainable tourism practice. Ultimately, this research contributes to both ecotourism lecture and a long-term conservation of Sky Mirror.